Howdy mates, here's a part 4 video. Man, I've already made 4 videos today, holy moly. But the first 3 videos that I made focused more upon World Oceans Day and really what our oceans help provide for us, you know. And given that I'm a naturalist and I also have a credential for having a minor in marine science, I knew it had to be the right thing to do to make that discussion. But for this video, I want to talk more about some of the beach's anatomy. I don't mean Grey's Anatomy, but beach anatomy. So, what we're seeing right now is we're mostly seeing more of like a moderate activity, you know, in terms of the waves right now. But as you can see, right here, we do have a little bit of a wash right now. This is what we're looking at. What I mean by wash is it's when the waves settle down and then they basically flow through the beach line. And so what happens is, what the wash does is they'll bring in more sand and also take away sand at the same time. So basically what I'm trying to say is a beach always wants to maintain an equilibrium of how much sand is present. And you figure right now, since it is in the summer, there will be a little more transport of sand. Since, you know, there's more rain going on, hurricanes are happening. Since it is reaching into hurricane season, there's a lot more turbulence in our waters. So it's going to transport more of that sand. But then sometimes what happens is dredging occurs. And sometimes that will alter the layout of the beach. And that has actually happened at this beach before. Because basically they have to. Because otherwise, if there was no dredging occurring here, it's most likely that this state park wouldn't be here. Because essentially we're on something called a barrier island, which describes a piece of land that is between the Gulf and the mainland. So essentially, the barrier island takes the brunt force impact of the ocean, especially when a hurricane occurs. So then, it has a chance to let the water slow down a bit before it gets to the mainland, going towards the east. So essentially these barrier islands, they sort of act as soldiers or the knights of a kingdom of Florida's mainland. And we haven't even gotten to the mangroves yet. But it's, you know, the beach never rests. It never looks the same. You know, every single second, it is always changing. And what's actually quite humbling to think about, beaches can actually be quite dangerous over time, just because of how much change occurs, you know, in the form of erosion and even weathering. So that's why oftentimes a lot of homes that are here, they have to be placed on these stilts so that there's a less chance of the water destroying the home. They basically have to. But I think this beach just really gives an excellent example of what the anatomy looks like. So, kind of like where we're standing right now, is something called a berm. So what I mean by that is it's usually a region of a beach where, you know, collection of shells and even what you call algae and even seaweed accumulates. So basically the berm is like the first crucial aspect that will make up a sand dune. But once you get past that berm is when you actually get to the back shore. So it's basically just before you get to the dunes themselves. Now, you'll very seldomly see dunes on the Gulf side. I mean, there's some spots where you'll see them, but you'll frequently see them more on the Atlantic side. And actually, this is a perfect opportunity to break up this video and make another one, as it will focus upon this sea turtle nest. So stay tuned for a part 5. All right, take care, you guys, and thanks for watching this video. All right, see you, peeps.